So the book I chose to read was The Accidental Billionaires, The Founding of Facebook. And this book was written by Ben Mesrich in 2009 and debuted at number 4 on the New York Times bestseller list when it was first published. And Ben Mesrich grew up in Boston, and then he graduated from Harvard with a degree in social studies in 1991. And he's written multiple bestsellers, which include Bringing Down the House as well as this book. And this book was made into a movie in 2010 called The Social Network, and Mesrich actually won an Oscar for that movie, along with Aaron Sorkin for Best Adapted Screenplay. And this book focuses on Mark Zuckerberg and Eduardo Saverin, two Harvard students that go on to found Facebook. It focuses on the obstacles that they encountered when trying to start the company and the way they dealt with those obstacles. And I thought the main strength of the book was the storytelling style that Mesrich uses. It's not a nonfiction book that just spits out a bunch of facts. It really tells the story of two college kids who get in way over their head, and it describes that in a way that is extremely captivating. There's really only one weakness that stood out to me, and that's the fact that the story is told from only one point of view. Mark Zuckerberg refused to be interviewed, so we don't get to see his side of the story. Mesrich can only speculate as to what Mark was thinking. But overall, I would definitely recommend this book. It really pulled me in, and it's a really interesting and compelling story. So the passage I'm going to read shows an example of one of the obstacles that Eduardo and Mark faced. In this particular instance, it's a cease and desist letter that they received from two other Harvard students who felt that Eduardo and Mark were stealing their idea, and shows just the differing opinions that Eduardo and Mark have on the situation. "When did you get it?" Eduardo said, ignoring Mark's question. He felt blood rushing into his head. He reached down, picked up the letter, read it over quickly. It looked pretty intense. It was full of accusations, and at the bottom, in clear words, it spelled out who was making the accusations. Tyler and Cameron Winklevoss, on behalf of their website, The Harvard Connection. They were accusing Mark of stealing their idea, their code, and demanding that he and Eduardo shut down the Facebook or face legal action. A week ago, right after we launched the site, they also sent an email, a letter saying they were going to appeal to the school too, that I had violated Harvard's code of ethics. Eduardo stared at Mark, but, as usual, couldn't read anything from his blank expression. The Winklevosses were accusing Mark of stealing their idea, their dating website. They wanted to shut the Facebook down.